tutorial on Explore Data on the Learn website. The Microsoft Learn website has a special tutorial on doing data science without coding. So we're going to be talking about this tutorial, the Create Regression Model with Azure Learning Designer. One of the steps was to create a pipeline under the Designer. That's already created. I went to my studio. I go here to Designer. I can see that I got the auto price training here. I already added the dataset from the sample datasets, data model price data. So the thing that it says is that we have to create a sample dataset and then the database output. So what I'm going to be doing is going to click on the visualize to see the dataset output. So I click on here. There is an output tab here, and the visualize is this little thingy here. It's going to show us the data, and we can see the distribution of the data over here and the actual data over here. It's a nice summary of the data. Let's see what the next step is. Scroll to the column header. Review the scheme of the data, nothing that can see distributions of the histograms. Scroll to the right of the dataset until you see the price column. This is the label you will predict. So we're going to be predicting, a price. And price is this one right here. They're asking us to select the column header, view the details, show the statistics about the column, and we're gonna select normalize losses column header. We're gonna see it because there are quite a few missing values in this column. So we want to exclude that one. We can see here normalize losses. If we click on that, notice that there are 41 missing values. So when you have missing values on your data, that's something not good. And most of the time it's not good. View the statistics for the bore, stroke, and horsepower columns, and not in any missing value. So we're gonna go to the board. Notice that the missing values is 4, so way less than the other column. So they're still useful in predicting the price. Even if you exclude the rows where the values are missing from training. I'm going to compare the values in the stroke, or peak RPM and city mock columns. They are in different scales. And again, we want to try to normalize the data into the same scale. For some machine learning algorithms want you to scale the data to a single scale. Larger values might be bias and over dependency on the column. So we're going to normalize them. So we're going to close the visualization and we're going to add the data transformations. So we're going to do automobile price data. We're going to connect the output to the select columns in the data set. And then we want to select all the columns except normalize losses. So we're going to do that. I'm going to close this. We're going to go here to transformations. for select columns. I'm gonna put them together, and then we're going to edit the columns. Do it by name. We want to add all except for the normalize loss. So we're going to do also a clean missing data and then the normalized data. And for the clean missing data, they want us to clean bore, stroke, and horsepower. So this. We can also click here to search for the step. So clean. Edit. And by name, we want to clean bore, stroke, and let's see what else. And horsepower. I want to save it. And then what we're gonna do, the next step. Let me save it just in case. The next step is the normalized data. Oh, not yet. We need to, in the settings, we need to make sure the minimum missing value ratio is 0 and maximum is 1, and to remove the entire row. So 0, and that just says clean only columns with missing values, a missing value ratio above specified value out of a set of selected columns. So that appears to be something like when you don't want to remove the row if the column has very few missing values. In this case, if they have any missing value, we want to remove it. So instead of substitution, we're gonna remove the entire row according to the tutorial. And the next thing is to normalize. We'll normalize the data. We're gonna get the clean data set in here. For the normalized data, let's see what they want us to do. We want min-max. There are different methods to normalize data. They are actually very standard across frameworks and across technologies. So once you learn it from one technology, it's basically the same theory behind it. So in this case, we're going to do min-max according to the tutorial. I'm going to edit the columns, applying a rule to include the following column names. And we're just going to copy this because I think we just copy and paste. Whoops. So we're going to edit the column. I'm just going to paste those column names here. Hopefully they're going to let us do that. Or not. So, symboling, wheelbase, length, appears it didn't like that. Let me try that again. Copy it on a notepad window. I'm just gonna copy them one by one from the notepad. So I'm copying and then enter. Copy and enter. Let me see if it lets me do it by copy and paste. Let me go back to edit column. Interestingly, it's not letting me. There you go. I'm gonna paste it here. Do width. So again, I'm just copying and pasting from a notepad window. And then every time I paste, I hit enter. Just adding the columns. I wonder if it would probably be easier to just select the columns instead of what I'm doing right now. But I mean, that's part of the tutorial. I guess to learn how to do it by a rule. Save it and let's see what the tutorial says. Then we have to run the pipeline. Select submit and run the pipeline as a new experiment named Enterprise Training. Copy the name. So I'm going to submit it. And again, all we're doing is cleaning the data. We're actually not doing any regression on it yet. We're just doing the cleaning right now. So the job has been submitted. And we're just waiting for the job to run, to finish. That might take a little while. Notice that it says running. So that's the part of it. If you had a bigger cluster or a higher priority cluster, it would probably be faster. Notice it's been queued for work. So we are at the mercy of Azure giving us some compute for us to use. And I'm gonna pause streaming for now, and I'll bring it back once this is done right.